Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. How's it going? Happy Wednesday afternoon. We have storms on the radar. It is a Florida summer on the radar. You can see the storms firing up pretty nicely here, especially across some parts of eastern Florida. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm just going to go through this, get hyper local here, and break down where we're seeing some of those heavy downpours set up this afternoon. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will try to answer them. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up as well. Earlier we had a couple of technical difficulties with the sound. Hopefully that's not an issue right now. But hi everyone, hi Gail and Joanne and Sandy and Melissa. Hey y'all, Barbara and Seminole says we need some of that rain. Angel said we're gonna get juicy. I hope that means a juicy storm. It's definitely possible depending on where you are. Gail said outside temp dropped from 96 degrees to 72 degrees in 10 minutes with rain in Fort Meade. That is the power of a tropical downpour. That's when we talk about that rain cold air that really just brings those temperatures down significantly, especially after a steamy day like this one. So we're seeing a good bit of rain out there. There's actually one tornado warning, not in our area. This is just outside of Orlando. I'm not sure if it's still in effect. It expired, and which makes sense. The rotation was pretty broad by the last time I saw it. So no current warnings at this time. You can see where the warning was earlier. Just to the east of the Orlando area, that is a nasty storm. Just to the north and to the east of Orlando proper there. Now, look at all that lightning. Ugh. That's not the type of situation that you want to be in. Strong winds, we had some even potential rotating winds. I'm not exactly sure if it made it down to the surface or not. We don't have any ground truth at this point if there was a tornado or not. But we did have some stronger storms, especially up there in our neck of the woods. You see all these storms firing up along the eastern seaboard. We have that westerly flow today, so a lot of those storms are forming more to the east as we get into the afternoon and through our evenings. So that's what we're kind of seeing here. That was kind of the forecast for today. A few showers at the coast, but our inland spots really had the best chance for rain, and we're definitely seeing that right here on our radar. You can see Polk County, not really much of Lakeland. I-4, your drive right now, pretty solid, not bad. Some traffic, obviously, but not really much rain. But there's a nasty downpour in Fort Meade, just where Gale is actually. Fort Meade, you saw that those temperatures drop, and that's the reason why. You see all that rain, an abundant amount of lightning. I'm actually going to get out of this radar here, which shows all the warnings and watches, as we don't have any right now, so I don't want to confuse anyone. But let's see. Let's try to find what I'm looking for here. Here we go. Here's next, Brad. Okay, so let's go back to that storm in Polk County. There we go. Zooming in here. Let's zoom all the way in here. Let's get some roads there. So traveling along 640, that is a nasty drive. I'm talking about Pembroke, Fort Meade, Homeland Garfield Road. That is just an awful drive right now. Tiger Bay, even seeing some really heavy rain around that area. So this is kind of southern Polk County. Bartow, just getting kind of the edge of those lighter to more moderate showers. And let's kind of do a play-by-play here. You can see where the storm formed. It's kind of moving towards the east at this point. So give it a few minutes, about 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to start to see this area clear up a little bit as these storms continue to push their way out of the Bartow area and more so to the east here. It's kind of spreading apart a little bit. You can kind of see where that collision there. You see that band? I want to show you all this. You kind of see this band here. This outflow boundary. When that collides with other boundaries, we get these storms popping up. That's why we have these afternoon pop-up showers and storms. Are usually formed by these boundaries colliding. When you have enough instability, when you have enough moisture, which we have plenty of, especially this time of year, we have enough moisture overhead. You have instability and you have these collisions. You get these storms that really blossom, and they can be a bit rowdy. And so we're seeing that right now over Polk County, one of our major storms here. Nothing severe at this point, though, at least from what nothing severe at this point. Just want to double check. See Highlands County, Sebring is getting a good downpour. That drive along 27, kind of just south of Avon Park, Lakemont area, getting drenched right now. So a lot of these storms are focused in some of our interior counties, a little more rural in some of these areas. You can see Arcadia, a lot of farming in this area. So they're getting a good bit of rain. They need it. And, you know, this is an area where you can get a lot of rain in a short period of time, and it's very healthy, it's very useful. So Arcadia, Pine Level, is getting in on really heavy downpours. A lot of lightning with these storms as well, so you want to make sure that you're inside if you are near any of these storms. And of course, even if there's not a storm right above you, lightning can strike well ahead of the storm, 7 miles and more. So you just want to make sure that if you are near the vicinity of any of these storms, stay inside, at least for now. Give it a few hours. We'll start to clear out a little bit more. More storms are going to form throughout the day, though, as more of these boundaries continue to collide. So we're not done with the storms just yet, but I think a lot of the coast, we're kind of getting out of the storm range there. So you can see there was a severe storm in Citrus County earlier, but there's not much happening in the Nature Coast, all the way down to Pinellas County, around the bay. It's a little quieter right now, even throughout parts of Sarasota and Manatee County, at least the coastal part. Kind of dry. You can see just kind of south of Sarasota, there's a little bit of downpour in the Siesta Key area, Southgate, Ridgewood Heights area. A little bit of rain. This isn't significant though, just this line moving through. Sarasota and north, you're pretty good with the rain at this point. Mostly coastal Manatee County, pretty good with the rain. Hey Carol, you are so welcome. Yeah, sorry, I had COVID, so I was out for a week. That's why you haven't seen me doing these updates here. I'm good, I'm fine. It was a little bit of a rough drive last week, rough ride, drive, whatever, flight. I mean, I had all the traveling I did last week, and then I got COVID, so it was bound to happen. You can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm a little congested, but we are here, we are negative, and we're ready to rock. We're ready to track some storms here. So thanks guys for bearing with me, even though I have kind of a rougher voice today. Hey Chris says in West Palm Beach for business. Looks like we'll get some strong storms on the way. Hometown Riverview looks good on the radar. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your trip. West Palm Beach, that area got soaked. They got rocked with rain, mainly kind of south of West Palm. Broward, Miami-Dade County, Brickell. We all seen the flooding videos from this past weekend from what is now Alex. Yeah, when we have flood threats, take them seriously. A lot of people didn't, and they were out there getting stuck in those waters. So thankfully nothing like that today. Actually, I'm going to go down and look a little further south here. Yeah, so West Palm, yeah, Chris, you're in for a little downpour. You see these storms pushing to the east right now. In the Belle Glade area, that's going to push towards West Palm in no time. So I hope you have your umbrellas close because you're going to get drenched. Hey, Philip from Ohio. Abel in New Mexico needs some rain. We can try to send you some. Not sure how far we can send it, though. We'll try. We have a good bit of it. And this is rainy season for us, so we're just about to get in on some of those heavy downpours almost every single afternoon. Hey Tiffany, Jacqueline from Largo. Hey Melissa, how are ya? Tammy from Pinellas Park. Hi Tammy from Pinellas Park. It's kind of near my neighborhood. Debbie, Gail. I want to say hi to everyone. Barbara. Just want to make sure that I'm saying hi and that I'm welcoming everybody to our lives. So if you're just joining us, tuning in, hey, good afternoon, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. There's storms on the radar. Nothing severe at this point. The only severe storm that we had today in our viewing area was in Citrus County. It moved into Hernando County. That was about it. It triggered a warning and it fell apart rather quickly. Nothing along the western coast of Florida right now. Our flow today doesn't really support evening and afternoon showers at the coast, or at least west of I-75. We're seeing all of those storms just fire up along the eastern coast of Florida and in our interior counties. And that's where we're tracking storms right now. So if you're in Polk County, sorry y'all. the COVID. If you're in Polk County, especially in southern Polk County near Bartow, we were just looking at this rowdy storm right now. You can see, I'm trying to get the lightning here. Let's do a little lightning check. How much are we seeing on here? About 100 strikes. That is being estimated by radar with lightning. And that's compared to this storm. And this is actually, it's kind of weakening a little bit as it pushes to the east. This is out of our viewing area. This is just to the northeast of Orlando. I kind of want to do a lightning check on that too. It's interesting to see how much lightning they're getting out of this storm. Probably a little less compared to the last 30 minutes. Yeah, almost 200. That's a nasty storm. We don't want to mess with that. When lightning is that bad, you want to keep it indoors. Enjoy it from afar. We love a good lightning show, but never outside. Stay inside. But for now, our strongest storm is really this one in Fort Meade. And they're getting some good rain, and it's give it about 30 minutes. It's going to start to weaken and move out of here. This is a storm that was produced by a colliding boundary. We have these sea breeze driven showers and storms every single day, and I was just saying a little earlier, when these boundaries collide, you get storms, especially when you have all the ingredients. You have the deeper tropical moisture overhead, which is what we have, and we have the instability. It was a hot day. We have that daytime heating, so we can get these storms to fire up pretty quickly, and sometimes it can be a little rowdy. But this is really all we have in our viewing area. You can see to the east, you can see the Space Coast along I-95. They're going to get in on way more rain, even some stronger storms compared to what we're seeing here locally. Deborah said it's really cloudy in Newport Richey. Yeah, some of these cloud tops are kind of pushing back towards the coast, so you could probably see a few clouds. I'm actually going to go to our live look around town. Not as much sun as we were seeing earlier. You can see here the clouds are in effect. Clearwater Beach, we're not seeing those beautiful blue skies being reflected by the water this afternoon, unfortunately. But it's still a nice beach day, and there's no rain out there. You can see Armature Works, a little bit dark in the distance. Lakeland, actually, I don't know if Rich is over there. He can turn the camera south so we can look into the cell in Bartow, and I'm thinking this is south, but you can see the clouds are around, and they're going to kind of stick around throughout much of your evening. Some peaks of the sun, but we'll see a little more sunshine tomorrow morning as we get throughout. Oh, someone heard me. Look at that. The camera's changing. All right, well, kind of. Almost there. There you go. There's that storm. That's what I'm looking at. There we go. Look at that. Haha. Beautiful. So you can see that cell from our Lakeland camera. This is one of our newer cameras, and it's great that we actually have a camera in our central counties now because we can see these storms from a distance. So this is that storm I was just showing you all in the Fort Meade area. You can see that right here. There we go. Our Lakeland camera is right here, and so it's pointing towards that. All right, I see some questions here. Jan from Northwest Pennsylvania. Hey, originally, formerly from Newport Richey. We love Newport Richey here at 10 Tampa Bay. Kim said lightning, she actually says heat causes storms. Instability in the heat is an ingredient that you need for storms to form. So Florida, of course, we have those ingredients, but it is an ingredient. And with heat, you get updrafts. With updrafts, you get those storms to form and they grow higher up into the atmosphere. So yeah, you kind of need the heating of the day in order to get some of these storms to form, especially in this type of situation. We don't really have any fronts moving in here. Typically, you deal with cold fronts, and of course those bring storms. You need some instability with that too. But on days where technically high pressure is in control, which it is, we have a ridge of high pressure over us. We don't have any fronts moving in here, so you need that instability in order to get those storms to really form and grow. So when you have hot days like this, a lot of sunshine throughout the day, that is destabilizing the atmosphere. And there's plenty of destabilization happening throughout the morning, obviously. There's barely a cloud in sight light when you wake up in the morning. That is just getting the conditions really prime for us as we get into the afternoon, as that sea breeze continues to propagate inland. So you kind of set the stage there when you have that heat and you have the instability there. That's when you get the storms. But that's just one ingredient. You need a little more than just heat. You need a boundary, a collision of some sort in this case, and you need the moisture too. When we have really dry days, we can have really dry air in the atmosphere. Today is not really that type of day, but when we talk about precipitable water, when the atmosphere is pretty saturated, you tend to get these tropical downpours. This time of year, we have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere, but sometimes during like the earlier time of the year, the early spring, sometimes during the winter, the air is so dry that we don't get these storms to really form. So you can have the instability and you can have a sea breeze, but you just may not have the moisture, enough moisture present in order for those storms to really form and develop. So you kind of need all the ingredients to get a day like this, and we have a day like this. Strong storms are forming, but it's not everywhere. So you can see on the radar here, mainly Polk County, Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands County getting in on the rain. Parts of eastern Manatee County getting in on some of the rain this afternoon. But most of the coast, besides one little spot, just south of Sarasota and just north of Siesta Key, or kind of just south of Siesta Key. Just that one alone is the only thing that we're seeing at the coast. It is a little cloudy at the coast, but no rain at this time. Now I want to take you through the futurecast, showing you how the rest of the day could play out. Let's see, before I get there, Jesse says heading to TIA. I'm assuming that's Tampa. Anything to worry about? No. Of course, we have some of these afternoon storms. Now, the thing about storms in the afternoon, which is really annoying if you're going to be flying in here, your flight could be delayed just because if there's lightning present, they ground the flights. That's happened to me once. It was very annoying. I missed a layover in Salt Lake City by like a minute. It was so annoying. But yeah, when you have lightning, there's nothing in Tampa right now, so clearly no flights should be delayed with weather today. But sometimes when you have a strong storm in the area, that delays flights. So that's the only thing I could really say you have to worry about. Otherwise, hope you have a safe flight heading into Tampa. Janet said lots of rain in Wisconsin. Hey, Janet in Wisconsin. I'm going to look at this the national satellite and radar pretty soon here, so we can kind of go around the CONUS, the continental U.S., and see what's going on. Also is going to help talk about what's ahead later on this week. This weekend, we are expecting bigger rain chances. Hey, Joseph, thank you so much for the well wishes. Murph, and call you Murph. All right, so here's a look at our futurecast. So you can see this is around right now, but as I was saying earlier, these storms are pushing to the east. So you can see how most of those storms set up just out of our viewing area. Our viewing area is Polk County. You see where Lake Wales is? That all the way to the east, that is out of our viewing area. It's none of our business as we get into this afternoon. So these storms are moving away. They're pushing away from our area. Now, if you're going to be traveling along I-95, Palm Bay, all the way down to Port St. Lucie, that area within the next couple of hours, if you are wherever you're watching from, if you have that drive along I-95, yeah, it's not going to be pretty, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but just giving you a heads up. I-75 looks to be pretty good, but see these clouds, they pretty much stick around throughout much of your evening here, but most of the area will remain dry with a spotty shower possible. Very spotty. You can see as we get into tonight, we clear out, we head into Thursday morning. Looking good. Stepping out the door. It's going to be a warm and humid one once again, but it's going to be dry and quiet, which is always nice. But as we get into the afternoon, a few showers are possible. This is 2 o'clock. You can see a few showers forming along I-4, starting closer to the coast throughout the first part of the day. And then getting into the rest of the day, you can see not too much rain out there. A few showers are possible, but they're mainly inland. So kind of like today, I would even pull the rain chances back a little bit more for Thursday, just a touch, especially for the coast. Now, getting into Friday, we have a cold front. I say that lightly. It's not going to bring us any cooler temperatures. I'm sorry. But we have moisture pooling ahead of the front, so that will help to support more showers as we get into Friday into Saturday. So here's just the look at your Friday morning. Your Friday morning, we still have this onshore flow, that westerly flow. So a few showers are possible earlier on in the day. Even around commute time, you can run into a pocket of rain. Keep that in mind if you're going to be heading out early on Friday. Nothing widespread, but just keep in mind with an onshore flow, we tend to see showers a little earlier on in the day. So this is Friday morning around 7 o'clock, but then as we get into the afternoon, check this out, a few showers try to sink south. So this is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some heavy downpours are possible along I-75 as they continue to travel south. This is that moisture, that additional moisture that I was talking about ahead of the cold front that's going to be moving towards the state. Now, those showers could form and be around throughout much of your afternoon and evening. You can see it here. 5 o'clock, a few showers, 6 o'clock actually, a few showers around the Tampa area, a couple of heavy downpours possible. And then getting out of Friday, we get into the night, we lose that daytime heating, we start to quiet down a little bit, and then we head into Saturday morning, quiet, but I'm still thinking that we could see a few showers forming as we get into the afternoon and evening for Saturday. So we have rain chances reflecting that in our 7-day forecast. And this is what we're watching. This is actually what's moving across the country, and this is why we're going to see the uptick in rain chances. So you can see right here over Arkansas, there's a storm complex moving. You can actually see these clouds projecting to the south. That's the system that's going to be, we're not really going to see much probably severe weather with that, but the dynamics aren't really the same once it gets here. But that's the forcing mechanism as we get into the end of the week that will increase the moisture a little bit more, and that will allow for a few more showers and storms each afternoon, Friday into Saturday, unfortunately. So I know a lot of people have plans for the weekend. Plan on having that umbrella close. I'm not thinking it's going to be a washout, not an all-day situation for your Saturday or your Friday even. But just keep in mind that storms are likely. Downpours are likely getting into the weekend. Another visual here. Ooh, this is all nicely drawn out. Thanks, Rich. You see that moisture pulling ahead. It's kind of that trough right there. Moisture pulling ahead. All those deeper greens, that's that deeper moisture that I'm talking about. That's when we see this present and all the ingredients are present for storms, we tend to get more downpours across the area. So those deeper greens stay around throughout much of your weekend, even heading into Sunday, still sticking around here. So continuing to see those showers and storms, and it's going to be a humid weekend. I mean, we're getting into humid season. Every day is going to be humid, but we're getting into that season where your mornings are just going to be humid and warm. Your afternoons are going to be hot and humid. When we have a lot of that moisture present in the atmosphere, even at the lower levels of the near the surface. Those dew points are going to be pretty high, so you're going to really feel that really heavy air this weekend for sure. So drink your water, crank up that AC. One of those weekends where you're probably not going to want to spend a lot of time outside. Hey Steph, how's it going? Make sure I say hi to everybody. All right. So I'm not sure if I talk about everything. Yeah, probably. We can go back to the radar right now and show you what we're looking at. The show starts in 20 minutes. So Rich is filling in for Bobby D, who is living his best life in Hawaii right now. So he'll be up at 5 o'clock talking about some of these stronger storms in the area. But for now, I'll leave you with this one last look at the radar. I'm actually going to just zoom out a little bit more. For the folks that are on the western coast of Florida, you may want to look at this and maybe plan your commute a little better. You can see these storms firing up on the eastern coast, and they'll just continue the push to the east throughout the rest of the evening here. So besides a stray shower at the coast, I think most of the coast tonight, pretty decent. I think we kind of lucked up here with the rain because of the flow that's in place. But inland Polk County, even Highlands County, these storms are starting to fall apart a little bit. You can see one over Sebring is dissipating a little bit, so these storms aren't lasting for very long. They're losing their energy, but a few more storms are possible, mainly in our interior counties throughout the rest of the day, and then overnight we'll quiet up, and then we will start all over again on Thursday. With Thursday, there may be a little less rain in the area, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, especially if you're inland, to make sure that you have your umbrellas close as we head into the next few days, and then by Friday into Saturday, rain chances bump up. Here's your 7-day forecast. That's what I was going to pop up a little earlier. I'll leave it on here as I wrap up. Here's your 7-day. Actually, I'm going to go to the PM one because it's nighttime now. Here's your 7-day forecast. Thursday, sunny and humid in the morning. A shower is possible, mainly inland. A storm, rather. High 92 degrees. Friday, stay in those low 90s. We stay in the low 90s through next week, too. You see Friday into Saturday, those rain chances bump up big time. So make sure that you have your rain gear present and just keep your eye on the radar. We have a great app. It even has a radar there, and you can plan your day accordingly. If you just go on there before you head out the door. But this weekend, plan on a few showers that may interrupt whatever outdoor activities you may have. And then as we get into next week, Monday through Wednesday, some slightly drier days ahead. We may have a little bit of Saharan dust moving into the area. Those of you who know about dust season know that dust from Africa travels very, very far. It just hops on those trade winds, and trade winds carry it all the way into the Caribbean. Sometimes it invades the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to see that by the end of the weekend into next week. Depending on how much of that drier air moves in here, that could help to suppress a few showers because this dust kind of acts like a cap. Puts a lid over storms. So we could see a little less activity just because there's going to be drier air present because of this dusty air mass, this plume of dust moving closer and closer to the states. So I think that's probably why we have rain chances reflecting that, the drier air moving in by next week. But this weekend, though, Friday and Saturday is looking a little wet depending on where you are. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to wrap it up. I will leave it on the radar for you for the next few minutes before we completely end the live. Be safe, be kind, be nice to everybody, and have your umbrellas close. We're going to be heading out over the next few hours, especially if you're in Polk, Hardy, DeSoto, or Highlands County. And if you're along the eastern coast of Florida, a downpour is certainly possible. I'll leave it on this. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Have a good one. Bye.